Hello YouTube! Prime here with another episode of the Autograph Stash. Alright, so first and foremost, sorry it's been so long since my last video. I know it's been forever. Good news though, there's actually a couple of things I'm working on that revolve around the autograph community. Two things actually. Can't talk about them just yet, but I can't wait for them to get started. It's going to be fantastic, fun goodness for everybody. But enough of that. Let's talk about why you guys are here. Let's talk about some autographs. So I've got a lot of stuff in lately, and I'm real excited about it all. Some neat stuff. I want to start off by first showing you an autograph from a guy called Chris. I think his last name is Rager, and if so, like, that is an awesome last name. He does some voice work for Borderlands 2. He also does a ton of voice work for a bunch of anime stuff too. But he does the voice for Borderlands 2 as the character Mr. Torque, and it's got to be my favorite character in a video game, like pretty much ever. Think of like a older wrestler, like a 1990s wrestler. It's like getting ready for his match. If that person just talked about everything in that 90s wrestler voice, that's Chris Rager. His character's Mr. Torque. So he signed two of the customs for me, and he wrote little inscriptions on both of them. The first one says, "Apologize," which is one of his quotes. And the second one is so awesome. He wrote "Explosions," which is one of his taglines. He's always blowing stuff up in the game, so it was really cool that he took the time to do that. He was contacted via Facebook, and I asked him where I should send to for a fan request. So if you guys want to send out to him, he suggested that I write the Funimation Corporation, and I did send it out there. Didn't take too long either, so thanks for Chris getting that back to me. That's super awesome. The next success I have is really cool. It came from New York. There's a musician slash comic book artist by the name of Jeffrey Lewis, and I've been getting into his music like crazy lately. I heard a few of his songs, and I just caught a bug. I was like, this is really great music. I want to listen to it all the time, and I was listening to it day and night while I was doing other stuff, you know, working out and everything else. And Jeffrey Lewis, he signed 4 index cards for me, and it's really cool. You know, since he draws comic books, he's got like this really bubbly lettering that he uses for his signature. And on one of the cards too, he talked about you know, hopefully he can come out to Portland and I can see him there. Like, that would be really cool. That was something I mentioned to him because he does a lot of tours, and it would just be cool as hell to go see him. The next autograph I have here is from Abby Jacobson. Now this is kind of a new name, at least to me, in the entertainment business. She's on my newest favorite show. It's fantastic. It's a comedy, and it's called Broad City, and it is so good. Like, it's a show that I actually laugh out loud while watching. So this was an untested address. I was very, very happy with it. I got back an 8x10 here, and she signed it. I'm hoping I can get some of the other people from Broad City to sign it too. If you haven't checked out the show and you want to actually laugh out loud, this is a great comedy for it. I can't wait for season 2. Upcoming next, I got another autograph. This is from Ellie Fanning, and she's Dakota Fanning's sister, obviously. She signed a Maleficent 8x10 that I sent her out, so it's really cool to get that. I did have an Angelina Jolie autograph, and I was going to pair them up, but I ended up selling that one, so can't do that. But still very cool to have this one. This is my first success from her, and it really didn't take that long either through the mail, so very cool. Next one I got back, I knew what was going to happen, but I decided to send out to Debbie Reynolds anyways. Now, you know, for those of you guys who have been in the TTM community for a long time, you know when you hear Debbie Reynolds, you know what's happening, and I'm referring to the fact that it's a secretarial autograph. I knew that it was going to be a secretarial autograph. I decided to take a chance, but I really wanted to have that secretarial autograph in my library anyways, just for research. In upcoming videos, I'll be talking a lot more about the differences between secretarials and, you know, in person and everything else and all that good stuff. But needless to say, I received it back, so success, but not really. I guess you could say I get a lot of sex, which is good, so that's worth it. Next one I got here are a bunch of displays. So some of these were new autographs that I was pairing up, and some of them are index cards that I had for a while that I just built a display around. The first one is from Francis Chow, and he is the Shredder from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies. And there's the new Turtles coming out, and I'm not gonna get started on that. I'll be honest, I'm not looking forward to that. I just want it to be done and over with. Everything about it just pisses me off. But Francis Chow, Shredder, I made the display, got it with a big helmet, you know. Mr. Tin Can himself, it looks fantastic. I'm very happy to have this display in my collection now. The next display I have is from Kid Dynamite, Mike Tyson. So I actually saw one of the autographs that Stacy Schaefer got, and I think he purchased it from Mike Cain, but I could be wrong on that. I know he purchased it from someone else, and it was the Punch-Out photo of Mike Tyson signed. I don't have that, but I did have an index card from Mike Tyson that was signed, so I did the next best thing and built the display. I had to Photoshop the little Mario ref, but just to move him up so he's in frame more. You can't tell though, it looks fantastic, and it's just awesome. The next display I have is an Ed Hardy display. The tattoo artist, I've got a few of his autographs lately, and I've been putting them in different displays and selling them online, and it's really cool. You know, he's got a really unique kind of like a cursive signature. I think it's, you know, one of those things that just, there's a certain age group that really took pride in their signatures, and you can see that with some of the older folks there, Ed Hardy included. And that probably because he's, you know, spent his life doing tattoos and stuff like that, you know, I don't know, it's very good. Next display I put together is Mr. Sexy from The Walking Dead, Norman Reedus. I had this one before, and it, you know, it had the dedication above it, and I was able to put it in the display without the dedication, and so it really just kind of set that piece off. And I used one of the promo pics from The Walking Dead there, and it just turned out fantastic. Let's see, the last display that I have to show you guys here is from Larry Kenney. You guys probably know I'm a huge Thundercats fan, and this was an autograph I got, I think, 2 years ago, maybe even 3 years. It's been a long time. But I put that in the display, and it just looks fantastic. It really does that autograph justice to have it, you know, in a nice little frame there. The last autograph I'm going to share with you guys here today, where did I put that? Hold on a second. Here we go. Sorry about that. So this is a vinyl record from the band Socratic. I caught on to them during the MySpace days. I'm sure that's going to date me, but this is a signed record from the whole band there. This is one of their newer ones here. I have their other record, Lunch for the Sky, as well, but it's not autographed. But I had an opportunity to pick this up, and I honestly couldn't say no to it. It's fantastic. I love signed vinyl. It kind of goes well with my signed laser discs, so I'm happy to have it in the collection. Alright, so last video we talked a little bit about the playbill issue and how they were starting to ask for donations to get them back signed, and I kind of wanted your opinion on that and open up the discussion. A lot of you guys gave me some comments, which is awesome. One of the ones I want to mention here is from Wesker Griff. He says, I think it's okay to ask for a donation. I think what he means by that is, you know, they should still send it, but totally ask for it as well too. And I think you're right. There's no harm in that. A lot of the great TTM signers do that. Shirley Jones, who was in Grandma's Boy, you know, she signed my stuff for me. She was very nice about it. She did ask for a donation, even gave me self-addressed stamped envelope to send it into charity. So I thought that was really cool. Also Larry Mainland, I think that's his name, one of the walkers from The Walking Dead, he did something similar. It wasn't for charity, it was for him, but still, you know, he signed and then asked, and I think that's the right way to go. Wesker Griff also points out if it was the right person he was looking after, you know, he says player, so if it was like a sports team or something like that, if it was a modest amount, that he would do it. And I think you're spot on, man. I don't think that that's too much to ask. Thanks for the feedback on that. Another comment was from a user known as Elbow Sausage, which I think is this, right? Is that, or is it something else? I don't know. Anytime you have the word sausage in there. Moving on, so talking about your comment there, you also mentioned that you had quit smoking and you had been using TTMs as a substitute for, you know, craving nicotine or wanting to smoke, and I think that's super awesome. I wish you all the best of luck with that. I'm sure your body will thank you, and it's just, I really hope that that works out for you. But you said that you were able to send a little bit of a donation here and there because you're saving so much money from, you know, having to buy cigarettes and whatnot. So I think that's a really healthy way to do it, man. Congrats. I hope that's awesome for you. Got a comment from my autograph buddy here, Troy Rutter, and he says, you know, $50 for the right playbill, that's not too bad. And I think you're spot on that, man. Often there's, what, 10 people that sign these playbills? So if it had the right lineup, I could see potentially paying for that. A lot of them, I couldn't, man. I'm cheap, I'll admit it. I'm Top Ramen and mac and cheese cheap, Goodwill, thrift and cheap. So, I mean, that's like the maximum I would pay for like something I'm really into. But again, if it was the right playbill, I would have no problem with it. Card Cutter 23 had a really good point. As TTMers, we're not paying anything for this play, so they really don't owe us. So, you know, there's a little bit of money going out to them, so bad, to help, you know, for their play. And I can see your point on that, man. I really can. I want to thank everyone that provided feedback for the last video. In the next video, I got something I want to talk about. Give me your opinions on COAs, Certificate of Authenticities. I'm dying to hear what you guys have to say about this. Please leave a message down in the box below, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Have a good one.